It'd be the one Kirk Cameron movie I'd actually really watch. Yeah,
It's actually about how to be Kirk Cameron.
yeah, sure.
You are
yeah.
now vagina proof.
Channels on the ones. All right, everyone ready?
Let's run the ones.
Hey, welcome everyone to DrunkCast Live, episode 112
Hey.
of your countdown. 112. Coming from Don's Depot in Austin, Texas, I am Travis.
I am Dylan.
And we are a podcast called DrunkCast Live. DrunkCast Live is a podcast that takes place in bars and restaurants all over the world. Is my spiel someday.
Yeah.
We like to have a drink and like to talk about things that happen over the week, and we like to do it with cool people. So across from us, well, across from me, Dylan's right, because if you're listening to this, it's important where we're sitting. We have. Should I call you Jerry? Should I say?
No, I'm Matt.
We got Matt Lauer coming back and hanging out with us. And
Hello.
if you have dementia, yes, that Matt Lauer.
Yes.
It's an incredible get.
Yeah, good get for us.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
You have a story about that, right? Like, well,
The camera adds 1,000 pounds in this case.
It has a beard. Yeah. It has a beard.
no, the story about how you were going to be named something else before you were named Matt Lauer.
Yeah, so when I was going to be born, my middle name, which is Curtis, it was actually going to be switched out with Matthew, so Curtis Matthew Lauer.
Okay.
And then it was actually, at the time, was prevalent that Curtis Mathis was an electronics company.
Yeah.
And my parents thought, well, we don't want to be so close to that famous name. Let's name him Matt Lauer. Fuck me.
Did they not talk to Elizabeth and Jerry Lauer, the original Matt Lauer's parents?
They should have. They should have checked with them.
It should be a baby book.
Because now I'm fucking harassed at every bank I go to.
Yeah. Only you get, that joke is made on podcasts, all the podcasts you've been on.
True.
So that's kind of embarrassing. I hate to be those guys.
Yeah, fucking suck.
We got some shots in front of us. Let's take a shot and
Yeah,
let's
we do.
welcome
Thanks for
episode
having me, fellas.
112.
And to our
Of
lovely
course, we got
audience
the
member.
Lovely, unfortunately, feeling under the weather. Oh, your empty sip.
Mine was like 3 shots large, so I'm going to...
Mine was like 2 shots of watered down Fireball.
There was Fireball in mine, so that's where the other part of yours went.
I guess so. Are you drinking water? Because I have water in mine.
Is that how they mix drinks?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just all 1 cup. Here you go.
And then it's like they put in a big tumbler, a
Yeah.
centrifugal force that separates the
colors, yeah.
Don separates the colors,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Nice centrifuge.
The racial centrifuge. Centralgation, no.
Centrifugalization?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Segregation. Anyway. Our show is basically this. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is basically what we do. We sit and we have some conversations, and again, we will talk about things that are going on. But for
Yeah.
right now, I want to say, what's been going on? Actually, I haven't recorded in a bit. Dylan, what have you been up to?
That's right. We are kind of off in the Christmas, New Year's break.
Christmas, New Year's, and this is our New Year. It's 2015.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody.
Hey. So far, this year, this podcast is going on great.
Yeah. What have I done? I slept a lot. And it was the most glorious, stressless holiday I think I've ever had.
Nice.
I literally spent like 8 days sitting on my butt watching Netflix.
Sure.
And
That's
it
great.
was...
Anything in particular?
Doesn't matter.
Is there any?
We don't talk how we watch
As long as,
Maleficent.
as long as they just kept auto-playing the next episode, it did not matter what was on.
Just enough to shake the. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
West
Yeah.
Wing behind the scenes.
No, I think I watched West Wing earlier this year, so
Gotcha.
in 2014, so I couldn't watch that again. It was too soon.
Netflix should have a feature. Use this and pay me for it. Netflix should have a feature called TV, where you click
Yeah.
and it just
Oh, yeah.
randomly picks shows and just plays them in order.
I think that's been pitched before, too. I think
Yeah.
that's actually an idea, because people do,
Yeah,
a lot of
just-
times,
I did it
especially
right
now,
now.
with
It was my idea.
with like a phone. Like people always have a phone or a tablet in front of them when they watch TV at home. It's like a mindless thing that goes on in the background. And
It's called
a
the second
feature.
screen experience, according to AMC.
There we go. Mindless thing wasn't a good sell. But yeah, I think
polish it up a
Netflix
little
should
bit.
have that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, because we do the same thing. Yeah, background noise. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's usually 30 Rock or
Yeah.
Parks and Rec. I will cycle out through Parks and Rec, The Office, and 30 Rock.
I haven't done Parks and Rec yet. I'm going to try doing that one.
I think why that's a good idea is because you can always like pop in for maybe 10 seconds and,
And
go,
enjoy- yeah.
and that was a badass joke. That was great.
Yeah. Oh, that Jim. Always fucking with Dwight. Anyway, back to dishes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a Roku. I've been playing with that.
Oh yeah.
Pluses and minuses.
Because you're using an Apple TV.
Yeah, I was an
before.
Apple TV user before. No reason I switched because Apple TV has one batch of manufactured Apple TVs that when they did an update broke all the search functionality in the Apple TV.
Great.
And it's only in that batch. So it's not something they
That
can
was
fix.
effective.
Yeah.
They effectively shut it all down.
And I happen to have one of those from that batch. So.
Tim Cook says hello.
It says not found.
Yeah. And so I got pissed off. I couldn't search for anything. So I said, fuck it, I'll get a Roku. And also Roku has all the same stuff except for iTunes, and it has Amazon Prime, which is awesome.
Yeah.
There are definitely some interface issues that Apple kicks the shit out of.
Absolutely. Roku
on.
still kind of feels like an amateur device, or at least when it comes to the UI.
My only problems with it were, YouTube is ridiculous. Like when you try to search on YouTube, you don't have like a QWERTY keyboard.
Is there a
You have-
YouTube channel now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But all you have is one line of letters across the top of the screen.
Yeah.
Can you scroll back and forth
You have
on?
to scroll back and forth. It's ridiculous.
That's like the Xbox version of Netflix for a while.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
it might even
Yeah.
still be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but
The one cool thing
Been a
about
while.
the YouTube is that when you start playing something, it keeps playing other stuff that is similar related or other related.
Oh, it actually
Right.
keeps pushing
Yeah.
it forward.
Right.
Which I didn't know. I found by accident because I was watching some YouTube videos. I fell asleep, woke up a couple hours later, like, oh, hey, the music kept playing. It's great.
That's cool.
I'm curious how far down the rabbit hole you can get.
I'm
if you-
curious too. Like,
yeah.
Like, I want to watch this episode of something silly. Like, this goofy guy getting kicked in the nuts, and then see what happens 3 hours and you wake
That'd
up.
be a good good test. Yeah, because I was just watching like music videos, so it was
Sure.
like it was really natural.
It's
to
Kevin Bacon interviews, I think.
Yeah.
Is where yeah.
Of course, nothing but the best.
Nothing but the best.
Yeah.
like I don't know if like you're doing like searching for Sasquatch, and all of a sudden like Harry and the Hendersons pops on there.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be cute.
Sure.
I like that. I like that.
Go back for your home.
I like the Roku a lot. Matt, what do you use for streaming stuff? at home?
So kind of interesting. I'm going. I just got a brand new TV. Nice.
Yeah.
smart
Oh, yeah.
TV.
Oh yeah, smart.
Yeah, like a giant,
And it's-
mega awesome TV.
Yeah, it's interesting because everything I did before I streamed through Xbox, which
Mm-hmm.
has its own challenges, which is like you can't stream MP4, you have to do AVI, and then, which
Yep.
means you have to
Yep.
get on an app to do conversion, so forth. So Handbrake
Sure.
or whatever, blah blah. Well, now since my TV has some connectivity, it's been kind of interesting. It's actually really fucking useful, which has been download a movie legally or not.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And
Through Sapphire or
basically
whatever
go right click and say send to, there's my TV.
Yeah.
And it immediately does a direct Wi-Fi connection. So I
Oh,
get
cool.
zero breaks.
Cool, cool,
I've
cool.
got none of the pixelation. I'm getting like good quality streaming
Yeah,
that I've
it's
never
nice.
seen before on a 65-inch TV, and I'm going, holy shit.
Is
It's
it
pretty good.
Is it? Does it do post processing on the TV, or is there a server on your?
This actually. So right now I have all the processing of any of the image processing on the TV I have turned completely off because I found that it's just adding too much bullshit and artifacts and all stuff that I didn't like.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I basically put on what some people call game mode. I put it on PC mode,
Yeah.
which apparently takes out all the processing, so you
Yeah,
just get
yeah,
direct feed.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if you have a low quality video, it's going to look low quality,
Sure.
right? But the stuff I've been downloading has been decent. But even something I watched last night, which was like 890 megs for a full hour and 20-minute movie, looked decent. The
Sure.
blacks weren't all that great, but
Yeah, no, of course, of
but
course.
the fact that it wasn't stuttering, skipping, everything I was running through my Xbox was just. It's like
Well, especially
just would
especially
stop.
with the fucking AVI.
The Xbox was actually processing the video in real time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now your computer is just sending it as a Wi-Fi hotspot. It's just playing
right.
as a
And
mirror
it's
device.
just hitting it. And it's actually been really, really
like
cool.
like an AirPlay, but without having an Apple.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's exactly right.
its own NAS or whatever, NOS,
Nice.
whatever it is.
That guy's good. The rapper.
Yeah.
NOS interrupts.
Sure.
So
I think
yeah,
that's a thing.
Technology. Yeah.
Technology, yeah.
I still use my Apple TV, which I still do like a lot.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to buy another one to replace my old one. I'm going to have both the Roku and the Apple TV.
Can I ask you which version you did have? What generation rather?
It's the current form factor, but I bought it like 2.5 years ago. So it's,
Mine's like 3 years old. It's fucking great.
yeah, I just had one. I read all the homework on it. It's just there was one batch that has this bad thing in it. And
The
I
Dylan
got it.
model.
That one weird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was some of the weird fixes they were saying in the forums were like, if you set your country to Australia, then log in to Netflix, then go back again to America, it'll fix it.
I do some shit like that. I think I went back. It was when I was really into jailbreaking all my devices and whatever else. And so I jailbroke that and then had to add in some different network settings that were kind of janky. They seemed a little off, but everything worked. And now I don't remember what any of that was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if I did like a firmware reset, I'd be like, "Ja, it's broken."
Yeah. Whoops. I'm not smart anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there were a couple things. The interface of using a couple of the products, just Apple's so much better
Well,
at.
the UI. I mean, their UI is smooth and slick, and
That's
it works
usually their
well,
focus,
right?
right? I mean,
Yeah,
They polish it to a sheen.
yeah.
But I will still keep the Roku because of Amazon Prime.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Amazon Prime integration is quite nice,
Yeah.
especially if you actually use the search. Because the benefit of the Roku is it will search of every channel,
Yeah.
all of them. So if you want to find just anything, you could say blah, 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 and it'll say, oh, it's an Amazon Prime, and it'll tell you if it's free, if you have to pay for it, whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
actually a
pretty easy.
website for that. I wish I could remember the name. It tells you what's streaming, what's out there, what's on
Yeah.
Netflix. I forget the name of it. Something .it. Shit. Watch.
I am familiar with this
Watch.it.
thing.
Or something
Sure,
like that.
sure,
Something like that. I'm sorry. I'm done.
And it'll say, go here, go here.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool.
I was surprised to see there's still a thing called Blockbuster that exists.
Yeah, they
you can
would
rent movies
What
from.
is this Blockbuster you're talking about?
Oh, I didn't see the umlaut. Oh,
I fucking miss my Blockbuster. Honestly, God, I like. There's part of me because Katie and I used to go in, and my wife, and we would go in and we would search movies, and it was part of a ritual that we had of going and looking for movies and look at this shitty one. Remember this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you do miss that. Granted, the convenience now is that you can browse and just click. Cool. I understand.
Sure.
Yeah, it is better,
sure.
right?
You have to drive back and yada yada.
Yeah. I remember back in the days we used to walk uphill.
I appreciate that way of looking at it, but I never liked going into a Blockbuster for some reason. It was always a stressful endeavor.
Really?
Because I never knew what I wanted. Like the same thing with Netflix right now. It's like there's all this content, and I'm like, I literally was flipping through Netflix things and said, nothing's on. Nothing's on?
Right, I know.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Well, I think that's where what Dylan was talking about, where something continues to push
Yeah.
actually stuff to you is actually where it's beneficial, which is, maybe you didn't want to watch it, but now there's something on, and maybe
Yeah.
now you're hooked into something you never knew you wanted.
Yeah,
And that's my.
yeah.
I
and
get
that's why
I get
I would like that
frozen.
randomized thing. Like,
Yeah.
hey, just watch anything. Although Netflix still doesn't really seem to know a lot. Like, I played I saw this on Reddit actually earlier today, but I did this myself. I played the fireplace at home thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it started recommending movies based on
Fireplace.
like liking.
Backdraft.
Fireproof.
Yeah.
You're watching the Christian movie about marriage.
It was all Kirk Cameron stuff. Actually, it was weird. That was just really strange. Like that
Recommended to Travis.
should stay away from that algorithm because it's a fireplace. It is not. It's not
Right.
anything.
Travis likes fire. Call the police.
Got a fire starter. Got a 314. Is that right? Katie, is that right? 314. Possible arson.
Fire code.
Thank you. Okay.
Affirmative.
Affirmative. Roger.
Copy that.
Copy that. Niner. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I do have one question, and I'll
Sure.
bring it up. And just because I really am trying to think about if I'm going to buy one of these things is the PS4, or the PSTV, whatever it's called, where basically you can stream.
Yeah, you don't want it.
No,
No.
that's just this. Because what I want it for is not necessarily. I actually still use my PS4 on my dual monitor setup that I use my computer on, right? Because I like I guess a little closer gaming experience.
Sure.
And granted, I have this nice, huge, big TV that I really enjoy, but that's kind of like the living room thing. And so, but what I would like to do is not have to move my PS4 to play Blu-ray DVDs on the new TV, and I just want to stream it
Okay.
across.
Sure.
Okay,
And I'm going.
Sure.
Yeah.
How in the hell is this possible? How can I stream?
That might be
movies?
the only thing that it's good
But,
for.
but like right now, reading the specs on it, it's saying it only streams gaming. Like it doesn't say it streams Blu-ray at all anywhere.
Yeah, I did a bunch of research before I bought the Roku because I was looking at Fire TV.
Oh, yeah, you were
and,
almost thinking about buying a PlayStation 4,
yeah, because
right?
the price, they had a super sweet sale on it. It has all the same
16, yeah.
features. Just Roku is better because it doesn't. Amazon, the Fire TV actually really forces you into the Amazon ecosystem. It has all the other stuff on it.
Yeah.
You have to really go find it to get to Netflix and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Right.
So I was looking at all the things. Sony TV came up, and they're like, oh, "What's in that? Interesting." But I just remember whatever I read about it was just like, "No, it's a piece of crap. I don't want it. That
Let's
has
just say,
nothing
like,
for me."
All the
Sure.
reviews are like, it's great for gaming. I'm like, cool, I get that, but like,
You know what they mean by that is it's great for shitting. Like that's what it is. It's so like you can take it somewhere else. You know.
right.
Like-
I don't think that's what I want to use it for.
No, sure.
I mean, I love shitting.
yeah, you do.
Man, stories.
Oh, man.
Stories. Let me tell you
A
guys.
classic Matt.
We don't want to go down this path.
No, not yet.
Shitcast Live.
Drunk shit.
Yeah,
Streaming to you from
Not this year.
PSTV.
not this year.
DSL. No, that's the wrong letter. That's the wrong letter.
Or
Back
is
up,
it?
back up. Let's go ahead and take a break.
Yes.
I get my mouth working again, and we'll come back with more Matt Lauer.
Yay.
Thanks, friends.
Break.
If I sneeze, I see it as a weakness, and I punch myself in the face.
Hey, welcome back to the show, everybody.
Hooray.
Segment 2, DrunkCastLive. Episode 112, still in Austin, Texas. Still hanging out.
We have more of a buzz this time, so we
I don't know
might be
if the
funnier.
camera just caught that. I bet it did because it's a camera.
What'd you do?
I just spilled out of the side of my mouth.
Perfect.
Oh, now that I know, I'll make sure it's on camera.
Zoom in and just
Yeah.
hit it
Just
really
like-
hard.
This is what
Freeze
idiots
frame.
are like.
Actually, can you go back to the tape on that one?
Yeah.
Like right now? Can you feed that back in so we
Rewind.
can show it a couple times? Slow motion.
Oh no!
Slow-mo.
Perfect.
It was started the episode at 109 for you viewers out there.
Yeah.
We talked about Mickey Rourke and going to the clip. I got it in there.
Great.
So we go to clips of Mickey Rourke.
Great.
I need to have a time so like we're
like
talking about it as it's. Yeah, look at that one. Oh, look at that one. Oh.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
So we have the technology to include Mickey Rourke
We're
into
finally-
our podcast.
We
Okay.
finally got to the
You
point
guys
where we had
fucking
Mickey
made
Rourke.
it.
We made
You
it.
guys fucking made it.
Yeah.
So yes,
Take that, Nerdist.
So the point
You don't
being,
have Mickey Rourke in your show.
Right.
point being, Matt
Actually, they had him
Lauer's
on-
spill will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had
On
him on
this
episode
episode.
125.
Probably.
Just saying.
Yeah. And 134.
And 490,000.
Hardwick wouldn't stop talking about his stand-up career with Mickey Rourke.
Why are you hating on Hardwick, man?
No. It's,
Well, as a comic,
it's mostly
As
in jest.
that's
Oh, is he a comic?
that's the intro. Well, as a comic, you kind of
Yeah, yeah.
That's the intro.
Yeah.
I would actually like
I
to
like
see
Hardwick, though.
I would like to see that interview, Hardwick and Mickey Rourke.
Oh, let's take a circle, I guess.
I'll do a circle too. Because Mickey Rourke is obviously, if you've seen any of his interviews, he's more or less insane.
I would say he's pretty great, though.
He can be with the
I don't know,
right
I-
interviewer.
Like,
I
part
liked
of
him
me,
in Iron Man 2.
Part of me thinks he's like hyper sane. like he's just. I just think his,
Like Musk, like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
yeah,
So- level sane.
hyper
Yeah.
sane.
Yeah.
Like it makes him seem insane to
Yeah,
the rest of the world.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I think maybe he's hyper sane.
So
Yeah.
he's insane. He's better than sane.
Yeah.
yeah.
Insane.
It's like
yeah.
infamous.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
Insana.
No, I would like to see that. Like, I would like to see Mickey Rourke being full Mick, and
Yeah.
Hardwick just being all hyper. Blah, 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 blah. Mickey Rourke just sitting there,
That's so fantastic.
and like Rourke sitting there going, "What the fuck you talking about?"
That's amazing.
Mickey Hardwick.
I'd be curious. I want to see that. Make that happen, Nerdist.
Yeah, I know you're obviously listening.
Calling you out.
They don't
Calling you
listen.
out.
They don't listen to your podcast, sirs.
You don't know that. I mean, they might be all 2,000 people. I don't know.
Hey, well, we've known for a long time that at least the Daily Show and Colbert did steal our material.
Oh, yes.
This is real.
Well, I mean,
Well,
the timing was, I mean, just
there,
because...
there were a couple things that were really coincidental.
Yeah.
Now, again, it is kind of our sense of humor.
There's a
And
parallel joke
And
thing
there could
going
be
on.
synchronicity, right?
Yeah.
Like
but
where it's
but
like
there were a couple things where, like, word for word, they used some stuff we said a couple days
Right.
before.
It's
It
not
was-
like when David Tell stole all that material from Carlos Mencia.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yeah, you know.
obviously.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You know, when like Stephen Colbert was like, I'm Travis Keldorf. This is
Oh, yeah.
DrunkCast
Yeah.
Live.
Welcome back to DrunkCast Live. Oh, I mean, excuse me. The Colbert Report.
Yeah.
Man, that guy's a thief.
He's a thief, and I miss him. So,
Yeah. Oh,
cheers.
there's
Cheers
Colbert.
to Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, folks.
To,
Happy New Year. He starts the February, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I look like a lush over here. Look at me. I got shots and drinks, and
So many shots and drinks.
it's party
And
time.
cherries in your drink. You can't be a lush with cherries in your drink.
I would dare to differ. I think if you can double fist with cherries, you are absolutely a man.
There's a joke in there somewhere. I just can't find it. I just can't find it.
Yeah,
keep,
no,
keep fishing. Keep fishing.
I'd
Like,
have to find Cherry and make sure he's good enough for you. And then he gets you home at 11 o'clock.
I call this the Neil Diamond.
The Neil Diamond.
Yes, cherry.
Cherry.
Yeah.
Cherry on cherry action.
Stop sitting forwards to us, Matt.
That's my other podcast, Jerry on cherry action.
Cherry action with Jerry.
From Ontario.
Tyler Perry presents.
Yeah. You can tell we've had a few drinks since the break. Yeah.
Jaw.
Job.
What's going on?
Man, nothing.
All right.
Yeah. You were gone for Christmas. You went to Oklahoma, right?
I did go to Oklahoma.
How was that?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was really good, yeah.
Okay.
I had the luxury of kind of working while I was there, so anytime it...
Luxury.
Well, I mean, in the sense that, you know... They,
Wait,
I had a nice
Oklahoma
office
has internet?
internet.
They just got it. They just got it.
Matt's working from home. Internet.
You still have to go to either the library or the...
Or the Starbucks?
Is the Science Museum still in Oklahoma City? Katie, is it still there?
Scientology.
The Science Museum, is it still in Oklahoma City, or is it like a Walmart now?
There's a Walmart on top of it.
Oh, great.
Where it used to be, yes.
Right on top of the Creationist Museum that's
It's
right
the-
below it.
Yeah.
Like right next to the Satan
there's the Sears
yeah.
Portland
They do
studio.
have that satanic statue, which I think is pretty.
Oh yeah, what was that? What was
It's
that?
a goat with children.
It's a goat with children. It's already been defaced a couple times, I hear.
By Christians.
No, surprisingly.
Well, no, hold on. Give me some back. What is it? This is.
It was the Satanist
thing.
church. The Satanist church put up a statue because there was a statue,
Oh, okay.
the religious thing.
Yeah.
So,
So
they're
it was
like, hey, this
basi-
is our religious thing.
And it was really kind of one of those things where it's like, you get one, we get one, we're going to do it, right? And so
Yeah.
the statue is pretty impressive. I haven't seen it in real life. Maybe it's something we should have done while I was there.
Yeah.
For nothing else, just to see it. But yeah, it's like a goat, 2 fingers up, as is proper, from what I understand.
Yeah, like
cloven
and
hoof.
Then,
Yeah.
and then like
cloven.
2 children, like reading a book. I think it seems nice.
Looking up to him, like no, you can see it's actually
Yeah,
it's
it's pretty great.
pretty rad. I mean, it's
a pretty
We will
cool
definitely
statue.
cut to that.
it's an incredible rare thing. I think you pop it up like in the corner.
No, we're gonna go full frame with that.
Full
one.
frame with that? Okay.
That's awesome.
Satan statue.
Yeah, you can see obviously he's counting to 2 before these children before he gets mad. He's already the children are already punctured by the poles around it.
If you zoom in, you can see my family.
Those kids are joyous.
That's in the corner over here to the
Katie's family crest.
to the
Is
family
there it is.
crest.
Oh,
Yeah,
the pentagram.
yeah.
Stars and stripes.
I do appreciate that the artist didn't actually know how to do legs and just wrapped Satan's feet with
That's not Satan,
cloth. Or Beelzebub, right?
But I couldn't tell you.
So you don't know what it is, but you know it's not something else.
Yeah, right. I'm going to completely talk about how you're wrong.
He's cold.
About what I don't know what I'm talking about.
He's cold. He's obviously,
chilly.
covering his clothes.
It's cold in Oklahoma.
He's got his 2 fingers up. He's got 2 fingers back here. Yeah.
Children look happy though.
The children look, they're fascinated. I mean, they just want to hear everything that Papa Beelzebub has to say.
Is that Baby Adam and Baby Brain?
Oh, that'd be great. Wouldn't it?
I wish I did have more information on that. It's a pretty great subject.
I'll look into it during the break, perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Anything of note that you saw? Usually every week we have this emailer that we go through. We kind of cultivate some stuff, but the news is kind of scattered all week. There were interesting things here, interesting things there.
Uber was the one I think the most topical, I guess.
Yeah, but they've been in the news a lot recently.
Yeah, they have. Well, like just in December, in the in like the first week and a half of December, they were banned in New Delhi, banned and kicked out of the Netherlands completely.
Yeah.
And the city of Portland sued them 3 days after they launched in Portland. And basically is threatening to get rid of them. They're not really getting threatened. They're just threatening to that they're suing them because they want them to have medallions and have the same things
Of course,
as the taxis.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Just for public safety. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just some accountability. So
I haven't really followed much.
there was some price gouging, of course, for
Yeah.
New Year's.
Yeah.
I don't think it was as bad as Halloween. I think
Halloween
they
was
got
the
raped so
fucking
badly,
Was it?
publicly speaking. I mean,
Yeah.
Halloween.
So we were here for Halloween.
In Austin?
Yeah, in Austin. And trying to take a lift home. Couldn't find a lift. There were not any lifts available. It was
Okay.
going to be more expensive, but it was 100% more expensive. Okay, already bad. But the the Uber fare was going to be something stupid like $15 a minute with a base of $15 and then like $6 to $7 a minute. Like so,
Okay.
our trip home was going to be like $50 to $100, something like that. Like
Okay.
way out of hand.
Yeah, what they
Actually,
call
more
it?
than
They call it
Surge
surge pricing for
Okay,
when they
so-
have peak
And it makes
hours.
sense. It makes sense. With peak hours, when they don't have enough availability, they're trying to get the people who are wanting to drink, for example, to want to provide that service.
Well, and also, make it worth their while. But at the same
Exactly.
time, too, it also incentivizes self-promotion, too. It's like,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
also, as a driver, make this much money during
that's what
surge
it-
times,
yeah.
right? Yeah, I
And
think it makes sense.
I am totally okay with that if they were upfront with it and say during the holidays we have peak rates, or even
Or just even on the app,
If the
right?
app says,
Yeah.
Well, okay, so and it really depends too. There are certain cities apparently had
different, yeah.
more information on the app than I received.
Makes sense.
And in fact, when I looked it up the one time and I saw the price, I was like, "Oh, the price is not that bad." And then I was looking for a taxi, went back to the Uber app, and the price not only changed, but the actual way it was presented to me was completely different.
Weird.
Like instead
a
of just saying
different
a flat, like it wasn't even just updating a new version.
Was this from the web app, or was this on
on the actual app, the mobile app, the Android app.
Gotcha.
And it just changed dramatically. It was really
Interesting.
weird.
Interesting.
yeah, like I said, if they were upfront and clear about it, I don't think it'd be a problem. But
Yeah.
they have been sneaky. They've
But-
been doing weird shit.
Well,
Well,
you
and
think how
like-
fast they're expanding, though, too. As a company, I hate to take like the long view on this.
No, of course,
but
of course. Well, you have some experience in some one of these industries.
Right. I
yeah.
mean, this company is expanding at a crazy rate, right? And it's
Yeah.
breaking out into new cities, and so what you have is differentiated marketplace. And so
Yeah.
what happens is, to try to understand a marketplace, you have to have data on it, right? So feedback like that, obviously things where people are like, this wasn't as effective as we wanted, or we have different marketing plans around that.
Right.
That's all stuff they're going to start coming into.
Yeah.
I think, and granted, what they're running into against the way of like the trouble they're running into, say New Delhi or whatnot, is basically it's because they're just bucking the system, right?
Sure.
They're basically hitting something that's been long-standing, where people have basically used that system as cabs do.
Yeah.
And I'm still of the mindset, I'm just glad there's other options out
No,
there.
I give you.
Expensive or not, right?
kick that.
I agree with all of your points. It's they're I guess a sea change in the ride marketplace.
Yep.
We've had traditional taxi systems for a very long time. There's a newcomer, new technology, new thing. It causes problems. It stirs things up.
It's
I get all
going to
that.
surface new stuff. Yeah.
That's fine. I get that. I get, and I agree with the idea. They're exploring the new marketplace, seeing how far they can push the envelope. But their lack of transparency and consistency in how they've been doing that is what bothers me. Like,
Understood.
Yep.
the fact that they have pretty blatantly ripped people off for hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Well, and knowing for sure, not even on the consumer side, that their tactics are very much, let's push the other guys around, or let's try to get rid of the other guys and that.
I'm not even upset with that.
No, I mean, like, given that we know their personality by doing things like poaching other Lyft drivers or causing other Lyft drivers to lose their fares because the fares are fake in the first place, you get the personality, and you can say, now we know the personality, and now we see the surge thing, and it's not as innocent as it should be. So
and
transparency is more important.
Yeah, and going on that,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
On that note specifically, they announced, and this was in the email. We'll have to share the link somewhere if we ever get around to it.
Sure.
They announced only available through the Chicago and Boston apps or access points to their website. Tips to not get sexually harassed by our drivers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that. I haven't heard about this.
And
So.
it's a 2-point system. 1, check the license plate of the car, and 2, be sober.
Shit, I'm fucked. Really? Like,
Oh, that's ugly.
I mean, I think I'm pretty
that
safe.
really,
but
that really kind of goes into what you're talking about. The corporate mentality is not innocent. We want to grow our business.
Yeah.
They are just kind of dicks, and they're pushing the wrong buttons.
well, I mean, they know
pushing buttons
what the
correctly.
public doesn't know, and that's any corporation, which is, and especially in this type of industry, the hospitality industry, and really when it comes to anything related to services that are related to traveling, whether it's by car or hotel stays or anything like that,
Sure.
is they know
Pigeon.
that, especially in these kind of like counterculture moves or counter company moves, which is like he who's there first wins, right? So it's like as much as they can stamp that out and say this is how people will use it, we'll flesh out the details later.
Sure.
They're going to do that,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, sure.
And
sure.
I mean, because really, it's like who owns what city, who uses like that kind of brand equity is.
Yeah.
It's noticeable in a city, in different marketplaces. Like I said, every city is a different marketplace for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't argue with any of those points at all. I think you're absolutely right.
I do think the
it's just
visibility is an
it's
issue.
the visibility of the issue. It's just the consistency, and
Yeah.
But something that can be found.
I
Though.
would be totally okay if they as a service said, hey, our service costs 25% more. And they publish on their app, it's a holiday, it's going to cost you 25%, it's going to be this much more. Just say that.
Yeah, sure.
Just say that.
But is
Then it's consumers' fault for making a bad decision they weren't happy with.
Yeah, sure.
so
Well,
one
they're, they're transparent in other ways too, which is really strange to me that they're not able to to say. I mean, whatever. Right now, we only have this information about how much dickbags the actual management is because they open their mouths wherever. Like they think they're above the law in some situations. They
Oh yeah, the whole pushing the press thing around.
the press
That
around.
actually was. We talked about it a
that's
couple
real.
of weeks ago.
But the one big one was they literally had people over at their Uber officers, main Uber offices, and had this big wall they called the God board, and it's showing people in
That's humble.
all different in all different cities, like not only showing where the drivers are, but actually the people who are picking up the drivers and where they're going to. And they had a party, and they had this thing up so everyone at the party can see how fucking creepy they can be. Like
Well-
Facebook, we know Facebook does this. We're sure that Google does it, but we know for a fact that Facebook does it. But
Yeah, I messaged
does
her.
Facebook have?
They know we're here right now.
right,
Yeah.
right. They're
But
listening
then-
to the
Hi,
fucking call right now.
Facebook. Yeah.
That they're changing all our ads to. Would you like an Uber code? You know.
So to play devil's advocate here, I'll say this:
Of course.
the fact that you know about this company specifically and not Google, who has visibility there.
Well, right. No, of course,
No,
of course.
excellent
Yeah,
point,
yeah,
excellent
yeah,
point.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of having this conversation because it amounts to nothing.
Right.
We can talk about it all the way to the end of the days.
But I
and
think it's kind of important.
we
Maybe
have no
because,
power whatsoever.
and I need to be kind of educated on it as well as the mechanics of Uber because I think probably a lot of your listeners, and I think just the general public, as they warm up to the idea and you know the mechanics of
Sure.
how it works.
Yeah.
But what Dylan was saying with the 25% markup for holidays and things like that,
Yeah.
I was under the impression, and maybe I'm completely wrong here, that the price setting is done by the driver, right?
Nope.
it's not. So Uber
It's not.
actually sets price.
The Uber will set the price. Uber will set the incentivization, whatever, at certain periods when there's not enough drivers, or like during traffic, they go surge pricing, or like high level traffic, whatever. The only thing Uber, and maybe Lyft does this too, the only thing Uber really changes when it comes to price is they will say, we will cut out, we take a certain percentage depending on how many hours you take. And if you're more hours in, if you do like maybe 40 hours a week, they only take...
As a driver.
Then they'll take 5% out. But if you only do 10 hours a week, they'll take 15 to 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
think
It's actually really good to me. Like,
But I think
if you wanna
most
do
of
it
the
full
things
time.
we've seen that people screwing
about it.
is driver specific, where they're taking longer routes than they need to.
Oh, that's
they're
always gonna happen.
They're automatically putting in
like
higher
cabs?
gratuities.
Like cabs, yeah.
It's no different in that regard.
Yeah.
So in that case, it's
because they're both trying to game it, right? So
Right,
one's gaming
right.
against the company that's giving them providing the service, while the other one's trying to game the fucking traveler
Right.
who's paying the price. That's going to happen, right? And so
Yeah.
I think, though, then again, going back to that visibility thing, which is like, and as we're all kind of growing in technology and we have more visibility into how we want to ride, have more options,
Absolutely, yeah.
like what that'll do is I think that'll minimize that by saying,
Yeah, of course.
I know
We
this is the
eventually lose
fastest route from here to there. Like
Yeah.
we all have GPS in
actually
our phones right
you
now.
did that.
Yeah, well, I had that experience with the last cancer crawl for sleep and then get upset because we were drunk the next day.
Yes.
Because we got stuck, we got put in that cab, and that guy, like, I was drunk, and I remember flashes of time where he was going through campus, which, if you've ever been in Austin,
You don't need to
is
go
the
through-
slowest
yeah.
way to get to my house, which you should go to Mopac or 35 or wherever.
Right, head up, cut across.
And he took the slowest route, and I remember it in flashes, and I even think, like, in between being awake, saying, hey, and then
Right,
passing out
yeah,
again,
yeah.
whatever, like...
But
It probably
see,
came
that-
out as
But that's,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
ripe for
yeah.
possibilities for them to do something with higher visibility, where it
Of
basically
course.
says, cue your, like they can do a program where it basically says, cue your GPS or use it in-house GPS, even though that seems a little bit different. But
Sure.
it basically says, we will reimburse you for the time spent during, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically, there could be a
Now
program
that-
there that talks
man,
about
yeah.
keeping things honest, keeping things visible. They have opportunities there to gain back. Maybe
that
some
would
of
be
the
an
bad
amazing
publicity.
incentive. That'd be, if you're listening or watching Uber, Matt just solved your
Well,
PR
I mean,
problem.
There's just
solve
things.
things in the
There's
show.
just little things, and because they are expanding so fast, I think it's understandable why they're going through this stuff. And I don't use Uber. I've never even used it. But
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, because I work at a company that does have a fast expanding company in new countries and new
That's having
cities,
to deal with regulation
and just dealing with
pushback and-
integration stuff,
Yep,
just
yep,
tons of
yep.
stuff to where it's the little things you don't think about that come forward, and then you have to prioritize those, right?
Yep.
So because this is only a problem in, say, Austin and not in Dallas, but Houston,
Yeah, of
it
course,
is.
of course,
It's
of
like
course, yeah.
you have to start prioritizing those things, and I think that the more people are vocal about it and understand the mechanics of how it works,
Yeah.
the better. And
Yeah.
then obviously, I think even as a company, they are absolutely incentivized to make things as transparent as possible. Like, I think that's a huge benefit for them to do that.
The only thing I want as a person who has been drunk enough to use Uber and Lyft, I always prefer Lyft because for some reason I always get brand new Lyft drivers
Big mustache.
who have great stories. The last guy I took
Yeah.
was his family escaped from Nepal. It was beautiful.
This is great.
And, like, it was awesome to hear his story, what he's doing here, and how he's trying to get job, whatever.
I was hoping that when we were done, you held him up into the fucking moonlight.
I literally was at the point where, like, I was getting out of the car. And I was like, I have this. He's an aerospace engineer, and I was like, I just want to get your information because
You're interesting.
you're interesting, and I want
And-
to see if I can help you find a job.
And your dad works
My
at
dad
NASA.
works at NASA. And I was
Yeah,
like,
man.
that might be a little weird. Maybe I'll see you around. Whatever. Get out.
Maybe I'll see. Right? He's like, yeah. Give me your money. Escape from Nepal.
Here's the only feature I want. Again, if Uber or Lyft are listening, I want you to put some kind of motion detection, vibration. I don't know what it is. Gyro uses
Jostling.
If the person's using the phone and it's moving around too much, you should be overly, like, there should be a lot of, are you sure? This is how much you're going to be charged. Are you
The
sure?
second guess feature.
Yeah. Yes. Like, have to put in complex math, maybe, because neither of those apps work very well for drunk people. I know this for a fact.
And drunk
Yeah.
people really are they're not
Their
meat.
key
Yeah.
demo.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're a key demo, but God, what a shitty demo.
It is. It is.
shitty
Well, I
demo.
mean,
Well, was it-
not
you
a
know
lot
what
of
I'm
people.
saying?
Not a lot of
Then
people
again-
drink, and
but then
in the
again, it's
United
like
States,
as I've gotten older and drunker, I'm also a lot more gratuitous. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, here's $11 billion. Thanks for the friendship, and then I'm fucking out the door. Right?
never see you again. Yeah.
Congratulations with the Nepal thing.
You were free.
Glad you got out.
Didn't you say that one of them, Uber Lyft, had a built-in puke clause?
Oh
That's
no,
like-
that's taxis. Taxis have.
No, I thought-
it's $50.
I've seen that.
I thought one of the Uber things had a built-in. If you puke,
Maybe the rules. I mean, because that's smart.
These things,
it's the same thing with taxis.
These things to me though, like thinking about stuff like that, like policy, those things. I'm trying to think of how they should almost be managed on a driver by driver basis, right?
Yeah.
Like they almost should be out of the. I mean, from a business standpoint, Uber getting tied up with shit like that seems like a fucking complex mess.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I would almost argue.
And they-
that,
and
yeah.
they-
I would only. We're out of time.
Yeah,
like
we
a
have, yeah.
while ago. I would only argue the reverse in that. Really quickly, the one thing about Uber that is interesting to me as business is they are simply an app and a server. Everything else is independent
Right.
contractors.
Yep.
So they're not really the same
Yeah.
thing as a lot
I
of other
agree.
businesses.
Yeah.
So in that case, I wouldn't put it in the hands of the independent contractor because they're more likely to screw the consumer and not follow the corporate line and what is a policy.
Well, it would be really interesting to talk to someone from Lyft or Uber because I know for a fact that
Come on the show.
when you do a Lyft thing, maybe I'll reach out to someone and see because I want to have some of these answers. But when you do a Lyft, you can also put your destination, and the destination pops up for the person, and then it uses Google Maps to find the fastest route. And I'm curious if that person, if they
Ignore?
deviate too much.
Yeah.
you
That's
know?
what I'm saying. That's what I was
Yeah,
talking about
yeah,
earlier.
yeah,
That-
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that
yeah.
makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
They should have a program around that saying, "Hey, listen."
Because they have the infrastructure for it, but I wonder if anyone's paying attention. I mean, Uber is because they have the God
God wall. Yeah.
Anyway, let's take a break,
wrap it up. Yeah.
and we'll come back for segment 3.
Good
Right.
talk, everybody. Good talk. Good talk. Good talk.
Break.
What's your Skype? Like,
Oh,
fuck
right,
you. I don't
yeah.
have a Skype because I have a
Right.
cell phone.
Hey, welcome back to the show, everybody.
What?
Segment 3. I know, we're back. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Did you see it? I did read recently that Tim Allen almost went to jail for cocaine trafficking.
Again?
Like, no, but back in the day. I
Yeah,
didn't,
back
I,
in
I didn't
the-
know
yeah,
this
you
before.
didn't know-
Yeah. No, that was
Yeah.
like
before
his-
he was when
Yep.
he was early comedian.
Before he was-
That was like
when he was
his,
a
that's his
comedian,
claim to fame. Like, he was mostly.
he was a cocaine dealer.
He was a cocaine. He was a Kirk Cobain dealer.
He was a Kirk Cameron dealer. Yeah.
Don't want any of that shit, bro.
Peddling that Christ. Hey, well, Matt, you're not ready yet.
Fuck you.
Peddling that Holy Ghost, man.
Yeah, Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost. Get you high as
Where's my
heaven.
statue at?
So we like to talk about things that have happened over the week or the month because it's been 2 weeks.
Sure.
So why not round up to a month? Well,
Hey.
so look over the last year.
Hey, why Matt?
Why Matt?
Why?
Why Matt? why?
That's exactly what my parents
Why
said.
it's a Mac? We talk about things in a mailer, and we think about the things we're going to talk about. So
Yeah.
I love talking about the Deadpool thing. I understand that Matt does not like Deadpool.
I'm not a Deadpool fan. I just know you fucking love it.
I do love Deadpool.
He does love Deadpool.
He's
Holy
goofy. He's
shit,
fun.
he fucking loves it. He posts about it all the time.
Oh, constantly. I'm updating my Facebook right now about the Deadpool
I
killing
heart Deadpool.
killing a roach early.
Tagged me in it.
He has an emoji with a Deadpool with a heart. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Well, I made it.
Yeah.
I was thinking of you at the time.
Aw.
So yeah, we are looking at a couple of interesting things that happened over the week. FCC, Google asking the FCC
Oh,
to
dude, that's a cool one.
for
Yeah.
access to the polls.
Matt, go on.
No shit.
Expound on
Yeah.
this.
No, this is all news to me, friend.
Yep. Reddit had like 7 or 8 front page posts that literally just said Google is going to freak out everyone FCC request. blah, blah, blah.
Their argument is pretty legitimate. They're actually trying to spin Google Fiber as a separate corporate entity, which is the big key in this
Makes
thing.
sense.
Yes. Yes.
And as a separate telecommunications entity, trying to target a telecommunications market of being an ISP, basically.
It's pronounced Target.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
They are filing. They have filed with the FCC that they have the right to get access to the polls infrastructure that any other telecommunications company would already have.
Makes sense.
Uh,
It's data.
Yeah, exactly. But this is a filing that they have said Google Fiber is a separate thing, and we're applying for this application that you would give anybody else if it weren't Google in front of the word.
Yep.
So this is a big thing.
Yep.
If
It's
the
great.
FCC shuts it down, then there's going to be an out.
I think that's. I don't
They'll
think
be
they should.
held to pay that they're going to ignore. So,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
This
Comcast
will
wins
go-
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
People
yeah.
are outraged. Use the red tape. Just staple it up.
Thank you, Miss Tam.
Thank you, Tammy.
But they shouldn't ignore
That's
because
really intriguing.
Yeah, the way they're going about the process is completely neutral and legal in the way that any like Grande would do here
Yep,
in town.
yep.
It's the appropriate right way to do this, and the response from the FCC should be, yes, you're applying as a
Got
separate
it.
corporation to do this.
Should be.
But what's going to happen is, and this is all speculation or whatnot, is that
Speculate, please.
every
Go
other
on.
ISP is going to be like, no, fuck, no. Everyone will sit there.
Yeah.
Well,
and
they're
say,
going to say that
what can- what
regardless.
can-
There's going to be a
and-
lot of wringing hands
At-
with cash in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that just is like they will try to put barriers in front of shit because Google
Yep.
simply is one of the few companies that basically can make,
They can
I'm
aff-
sure,
they
really
can
great
afford-
use of the data
Yep.
and
Yep.
afford to lay waste to any of the bullshit
Yeah.
that was laid down previously. I'm sure that Grande had to go through this fucking rigorous
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah because they're a smaller company.
Yep.
And because whether it's Time Warner Cable or fucking Comcast or any
Yeah.
of these, if corporations are going to be treated like people, they're both terrible people.
Yes.
The-
They're sociopaths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The interesting thing for me on this is that the way here in Austin we have Time Warner is the primary
Not meat.
telecom,
But not meat of telecom here, yeah.
infrastructure holder. They own the majority of all the poles and fiber.
Poles and-
so
yeah.
we also have Grande. We also have AT&T, and the way they actually are able
And now
to.
Google
But they
a
use
little
those
bit.
backbones,
But yeah,
right?
the way they're able to provide customer service is by leasing or subleasing rather Time Warner's already existing infrastructure. So in theory, if Google does
They're on their own wire.
in theory Google
fiber.
would just sublet more of that bandwidth from Time Warner, and Time Warner make more
no,
money.
no, because they would be using their own lines. That's why they're laying lines here for Google Fiber, right?
No one. Oh, okay. So
That might be true.
that's the current
that's
plan.
good.
The current plan
Yeah.
right now, and the reason why if you want to get free Google Fiber, which is their regular Google service, it's a slow connection, but it's free, is to spend $300 for installation fee. They have to dig ditches. They have to dig and put new wire or whatever. Now what they're trying to do is to lease that line. To say that
actually, no,
we're
I-
the same as someone else.
And I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
All that was clear to me, and this you brought up a great point, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, it's a key point for my argument because I don't know the differentiation if they're just trying to access the right to use the poles that Time Warner owns to put their own lines on,
Right.
or if they're just trying to access the existing fiber.
I thought
from
it
their
was.
own
I thought it was the
network.
existing lines, the existing aerial lines,
Well,
for
all
lack of a better
no,
way of
all
phrasing
I've
it.
seen them file for is they want access to the poles themselves.
Okay.
And that could be a differentiating argument, which makes a whole different thing. So.
Yeah, that could change.
Thank you,
I mean,
Matt.
that's the
2
first.
points
I
for
mean,
you again.
Shit.
Yeah, cheers to Matt.
Damn it, you're being so smart.
Like,
you
what is
bastard.
this? What is this happening? What's going on?
You
Poles?
glorious bearded
Just-
bastard.
Just open your mouth.
I mean, to me,
Oh,
what
yeah.
I've always understood about fiber, and this is kind of fibrous holistically, is that, granted, a company comes down, we'll say Google, theoretically, because we don't know for sure,
Sure.
comes down, lays down fiber, lays down the skeleton. The installation fee is generally going to go from what they call, like, what is it, curb to home? Where it's like,
Yeah, it's like curb to pole or pole to
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
But the-
Before the demarcation.
but essentially,
Yeah.
like, the
Yes.
installation is going to have to be at the house, right? It's going
Yeah.
to have to be at each house, and that's where the
Yeah.
cost comes into factor. And you have to have, and to make use of fiber, you have to have specialized equipment to make use of fiber optics, right? And that's where things get kind of expensive. Now, Google, being the company that they are, have the money
yeah.
and the resources
Yeah.
to make that, to basically lay a stake in it,
to
right?
fuck
And say,
with it. That-
well,
that- that's really what it is. Like to be able to come in and really just move these tiles around.
Well, because
Like-
back in the past, like these pre-established lines and wires, whatever else was all telecom stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
From back in the day,
All giant copper
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, exactly. And so the foundation was already laid there, the infrastructure was already there to
Yeah.
then put stuff on top of it. But someone like Google, they are and have been a game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and expanding on that, I think what the FCC filing is, if I put all the pieces together, and I think Matt, you nailed it really. I again applaud you. If it's sharing the poles, they spare some of the expense of the new layout, just because it helps them grow their
Sure.
backbone faster. I'm still a little curious. I think Google has obviously all the cash in the world. If the FCC comes down going, no, you can't use that pole, they'll probably say, fine, we'll put up our own, we'll dig our own, we'll figure it out.
Cool, but then how do you
That-
categorize
That's
this,
part of the
right?
plan
Yeah,
so far.
they
Right.
have the cash. They can build
Sure.
their own
Yeah,
stuff.
sure. Well,
But
and the key here is
There's
that,
a city planning issue and some weird other
Sure.
stuff that happens with.
well, the key to this argument right now is the FCC.
Yeah.
The FCC don't know. We don't know a lot about what their goal is right now, but we do know that there's a lot of money being played. Google really
yeah.
only got into the lobbying thing in the last maybe 5 years or so. They really didn't put as much money into government as a
They-
lot other.
they
I mean,
didn't have
they didn't
to.
really
Which
have to
seems
for a
strange
while.
now. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah.
don't know if it's not going to come out at some point that they really have. You know what I'm saying? Because
it could be secret meetings, sure,
Yeah.
but like for them to actually publicly say, well, we have these guys who are going to pay into it, whatever, lobbyist being a dirty word. But for example, when the net neutrality thing was definitely at a head, when there was this conversation about the different companies getting their fast lanes, if you paid
Right.
to be looking at Netflix early in, FCC opened up their comment section and said, hey, please,
I saw that, yeah.
you know, give us comments, tell us why we
Feedback,
shouldn't do this.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then
feedback.
John Oliver came out and said,
304
shut down your website with traffic.
340,000 comments disappeared. 340,000. Now that's not a sneeze. That's not a we forgot a couple. That's
Yeah.
340,000 comments, and the possibility of far more. This is from the people who should be paying attention to what we want, right? But like, I don't know.
I don't know. Are they missing? Are they
it's
missing
scary.
in a chunk of time? Are they missing in a chunk of comments? Are they missing sporadically? Right. That's the first thing it points to.
Oh, sure.
Are they
Yeah,
removing
sure.
things, going specifically saying this is kind of antithetical to what we're trying
Yeah.
to do?
Right,
Like,
right,
I'd be
right,
like,
right,
if I was
right,
trying to do a diagnosis, I'd be like, well, there's a chunk from this time to this time. Well, shit,
Sure.
shit got whack.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's-
something went down.
It's no fun to use Occam's razor here. You know that.
yeah, no, in the
Let's
case
go
of, like-
big. Like Obama deleted them personally because
It was a fucking healthcare thing.
yeah,
dude.
because of healthcare.
His BlackBerry crash, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's
Blackberries-
Every
seriously-
single comment went directly to his
Dude,
email, and he's like,
Blackberries don't crash.
That's true. But I mentioned John Oliver when he did his whole bit at the FCC.
Yeah.
He got enough traffic that actually did shut down the FCC's website. Their website went
Oh,
dark
yeah,
for
yeah,
a while.
yeah,
so
yeah.
could that be part of that 340,000
No,
thing?
no,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
no, no, no. That's a lot. No, it
Okay.
literally was. They had a chunk. It was people actually on Reddit who were paying attention to how much was happening, and then all of a sudden things
Chunks were gone.
just disappeared.
Mine that said first was fucking gone.
Mind freak.
First, whoa, what the fuck?
First, LOL.
Lulz.
Lulz first.
If odds, blank, blank. Yeah. So, but that's the thing is like we're still having to go through this regulatory board that is willing to, of 700,000 total, almost get rid of 50,000
Yeah.
or 50%. Excuse me, 50%.
I was like, that's not that many.
Well, I mean, 50,
Gotcha, I
yeah,
gotcha.
sure.
50%. Totally different number.
But
yeah.
like literally just pull this thing out and say, that's what
it's
it's irrelevant.
irrelevant.
And we'll never be able to fix it.
Well, the FCC is a whole other
Pile of
static happens here because we talk about stuff.
As they cut Dylan
And they
off.
censor us.
the NSAs
They
are
cut down 33% of this podcast.
That's curious. I want to see Google succeed.
Well, it's kind of funny though.
I
is
got
now
my shirt.
On
Yeah, I got my
both,
shirt
on
too,
both
yeah.
the last topics, I'm like, holy shit, I need to read more about this. Did
Oh, sure. Well, we'll send you some links, or you can listen to this episode after it's released.
Yeah.
you guys put them in the show notes?
So you can hear because we had this really smart guy Matt Lauer on the show, and he had some really good points.
Yeah, Matt,
It's kind
I've
of
been-
sad. I'm like, oh my god, that guy Matt Lauer, he brought up good points, but
Yeah, I
he doesn't
know.
know what the fuck he's talking about. I should probably read
He's no Mickey
before I come
Rourke.
in.
Matt, you've been
he's-
killing it tonight. I'm so proud.
Well, I'm not wearing pants, so it's great.
All right, so you are my Star Trek nerd,
Yeah, I am.
my Star Trek buddy.
I am.
What was this article from Gizmodo?
Oh,
The
it
breakdown
was-
of who would win between the two.
All right. So for all the nerds with the Z,
So I
Man.
can already say the Star Trek's going to win because their phasers have this weird.
actually, yes.
Yeah, they shit out microwaves. Like a lightsaber's not going to
No,
fucking
yeah, no,
beat a microwave.
So this article was a very curious article.
The wave.
For all the nerds is
I'm in.
in the
All the
house.
nerds in the
out there.
house say, "Ow!"
You say,
Ow.
Yeah.
Mom, Mom,
Say,
He's hitting me.
all the nerds in the house
I
say,
want my Pop Tarts.
"Stay on your side. Stay on your side."
Actually, it's curious. If you Google Star Trek versus Star Wars, you'll find 3 bazillion things. This one particularly was a interesting breakdown of analyzing the technology as it is explained within its own canon.
Oh, that's already
Star Trek wins.
That's already impossible.
Oh, yeah.
because
Star Trek
wins. Yeah.
won every 9.
No, of course.
10 out of 10
Because
things.
Star Wars is 100% speculative.
Yeah.
Wait,
You know?
Well,
no,
Star
but-
Trek is as well in some ways.
But-
it's just smarter.
No. In this
And,
no,
I'm a Star Wars fan.
But in this
yeah.
particular case, it was the way they defined the universe canon, like the amount of energy a certain weapon used,
Yep.
the accuracy of photon blast or whatever.
Sure.
what Dylan means, they have more details.
Oh, written within the
Right.
canon by
Yeah.
professionals and not just by fans. And the
Right.
problem with Star Wars, every Star Wars thing is a fan-built thing.
Yeah.
Because it does appeal more to the fantasy aspects,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which are the Force, which is an intangible thing.
So
right?
we
Yeah.
talked about this before. The
Star
War-
Trek did kick its
Star Wars 7 is going to come out next year or this year.
I'm
Excuse me,
stoked,
in
yeah.
December. And there was a big thing about a broadsword that had two little lightsabers that come out, whatever. And a conversation between...
We don't talk about Fight Club.
A conversation with Banjo, our own Ben Hampton, and how he thought it was a good design, and I disagreed. And then I decided to fuck up all of my Google ad space by researching too much about lightsabers.
Oh, shit.
Too much about lightsabers.
Yeah.
Like I literally am getting ads for Big Bang Theory now because I
I'm
researched
sorry.
too much
Oh, my
lightsabers.
You
God.
fuck yourself.
But the point is, like, I know now that for some reason there's a magnetic stabilizer in a lightsaber. For some reason, at the end, because the lightsaber juice comes out and has to be stabilized. I don't know.
Okay, so
but
there
it's
is
all speculative. Like
there is a podcast on this direct topic on
Right
tech
now?
stuff
Oh, okay.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
What
Okay.
lightsabers are built from.
See, that's wonderful, and it's
The
also
shout out tech
It's
stuff.
also all wrong.
well. I mean, it can't be wrong. It's in our imagination, you know.
Oh, it was Imagineered.
It's Imagineered,
The
Well-
plasma finds a way.
That's why Star Wars will always be a space opera.
Plasma,
oh, he always finds
finds a way.
Drop the plasma in my hand. Ow! Ow!
and it burns
And it
one
burns
way or
off.
the other.
Okay, so it burns the other way. Ah,
You guys just
not
it
my
was a
point.
triple gold bloom.
yeah, we triple gold blue.
Man,
Yeah, high five. Triple high five.
high five.
Yeah.
There it is.
That was the weakest shit.
Man, that was.
Well, I mean, you have to when you're dealing with three dudes. You gotta calm down.
You can watch the elbow.
Triple gold balloon.
No one watches.
Is that the third heat?
It's actually where just three guys.
Goldblum is a third heat?
It's where three guys just nerd out by themselves and just talk incessantly.
Well, we were
And
talking
stutter.
about
Triple
Stutter a lot,
Goldblum.
yeah.
well, we were talking about Star Wars and Star Trek, so that by default it means three guys.
we
nerding.
triple gold bloomed.
I mean, that is a podcast in itself. So what is...
So a virus. You stop the aliens.
Yeah. We do a lot of
Interesting.
impressions on the show.
Fucking, I like it because you guys have the HD cameras, man. It's nice.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
The cameras really that bring the viewers.
To the yard.
The letter for.
The letter 4. So Star Trek
Gold
wins.
bloom.
Well, the point of all that is that Star Trek wins because there is actually science behind it, and not just there's a product
You know
that
what?
shits out of a box. and then-
If I may, we will actually put the link to that article on the YouTube for this video.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's a good. If you're a fan,
like
it's actually
that.
a very well
Check it
written. Write down.
How about a poll? I'm gonna write this down. Let's do a
Sure.
let's a voter poll. Who would win? Jennifer Lawrence
Or Carrie Fisher in bikini.
or Carrie Fisher?
Both winners.
We need Dr. Chantel for a.
Honestly,
maybe
I like to think about it like
lesbian
this,
scene
and I'm a
thing.
Star Wars fan primarily, but I'll say this: Star Wars to me is always like the music or the song, and Star Trek is always the book, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like one you feel and one you fucking
Star
read
Wars,
and understand.
So Star Wars is the movie based on the book Star Trek by Sapphire.
By Sapphire, yeah.
And on that note,
Let's take a break.
All right, thanks, guys.
We'll come back and talk about this a little bit more.
Break.
she's a huge Poison fan. You can't fault her for that. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, segment 4. We're down the toe segment of DrunkCastLive, episode 112.
Yeah. The
Still-
fantastic.
The
fur.
fantastic fur. There's only 3 of us, but, you know,
It trips them.
Well,
Ben Grimm is a fucking ass, so we can leave him home. Whatever.
Shit, well, I guess, Ben, I took your place, and good luck to you, buddy.
yeah.
It's all right.
That's right.
It's all right.
Matt's sexy enough for
That's
2
right.
people.
That sounds pretty bad. He's like, well, I guess it worked. it's all right.
It's always been there. It's always been there. So what else? So this is the segment where we talk about things that we did not talk about already.
Hey, we had a pretty good show.
Yeah, we had a pretty good show. But was there anything that we wanted to hit? Like a person? Anyone you want to punch? You, the viewers at home?
Stop all retard
Viewers
jokes
like
now.
you.
Oh, yeah. No, none of that's going to happen here. No, absolutely not.
I don't know. So far, 2014, 15. 2014 was good.
2015
2015's been a good start.
Yeah. It's been weird.
I'm well rested. I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
My
Ready to party?
masturbation level's never been lower in a year.
So, do you guys still do resolutions? Like even as a joke.
Actually, you know what? I have not tried smoking this year.
That's right. Every year he has a resolution to start smoking, and he hasn't started. Or hasn't tried to start.
Well,
yeah.
you know what? My intention was to say that for the show, but I totally slipped my mind. So we'll have to do a.
Hey, bro.
Well, no, not right now.
You see how
I'm not going to do a
friendship.
tutor. No, actually, no.
Friendship.
No.
Yep.
We actually talked about this.
Yep.
I have to do a blue because Steven Dorff does that.
Oh, you're a big Steven Dorff fan. I know
Yeah.
this. Yeah. Your
Yeah.
dad was before you, and your grandfather before him. Yeah.
Actually, no. It goes back to a girl I did once in Portland.
She loves 5 foot tall guys.
was it Stephanie Dorff?
No. Okay, so this girl I met, she was totally rad. I really liked her a lot.
And we shouldn't use
She's
the
rad.
word Dorff. It's the little people.
Yeah.
Dwarf still works.
Dorff you.
Oh.
Keep going, man.
Yeah.
I want to reminisce with
This
you.
girl was really rad. She really was. But we met up. It's about a bazillion years ago, and her dad was actually a director, like and producer in Hollywood,
Yep.
like for a lot of B movies.
Sure.
And Steven Dorff was frequently into the movies that
Oh,
he
yeah,
directed.
of course, yeah.
So when she was younger, she was like, "Oh, Steven Dorff." He's like, I'm like, so the whole joke was like, we started hanging out. I'm like, Steven Dorff. Really?
Really?
Do you like smoking? Do you like tasting ashtray when you make out? And you're like, why would you want to fantasize about him? No, Mrs. Steven Dorff, you're a fantastic actor. Blade was fantastic. I love you. But seriously,
Yeah, but private conversation, okay? Yeah.
but it's the idea of I've never had any woman I've ever met in my life fantasize about no offense, Steven Dorff, a C-level actor.
Sure.
Bro, you haven't
Like,
lived.
all
Every girl I've
all
been
the
with.
Dustin Diamond fans out there, we salute you.
Hey, he got arrested recently.
Yeah, he
so
did.
He's back in the news.
Because
Yeah.
he stabbed a fucker.
Did he stab someone?
Yeah, he stabbed someone at a bar.
Yeah, he did.
Like
With
he's
a
not
barn?
Yes, with
That's
the bar.
incredible.
Right in the arse.
Right.
Right in the Saved
he
by the
stabbed someone in
Bells.
a
You know what I'm
bar.
saying?
Right.
And, like-
Any bar, okay.
And
Yeah.
got caught with a switchblade,
Yeah.
saying,
In,
well,
in Wisconsin. You get arrested in Wisconsin.
Can I say that-
How do you get arrested in Wisconsin?
which is
I've
the
heard some-
serial capital.
Dustin Diamond can find a way. That guy's skeezy. you know.
Dustin finds.
Dustin finds a way.
yeah.
Because it's a sex tape, and then he's the one who's known for having a dirty Sanchez in a sex tape.
Yeah, man.
Like, of course he's gonna stab someone in a bar.
Yeah, like, that was the next logical step. You know,
That is
Yeah,
like
where do you go from there?
that's
really?
the next card in the James Lipton conversation
right,
he's
or like
gonna
a
have in
child's
his
toy
life.
to build a stabber. It's like you add these ingredients together and you put them in a bar and he stabs
Yeah,
someone.
yeah.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
If only Lisa would have kissed him. If he
Man.
didn't have to rape Lisa.
You just stumbled on the best thing ever, the James Lipton conversation.
Oh, yeah, James
of
Lipton.
the fallen actors. Like,
Oh fuck, that'd be really good.
I mean, you can really tell
In this-
where James Lipton cares about you. Like, really, if like he could be the Saint Michael, I guess, in the pearly gates. If your cards are not stacked high
that-
enough,
isn't that
you
Saint
don't get to
Peter?
come in. Yeah, St.
Yeah.
St. Peter's here. I'm
Come on,
sorry,
man.
I'm sorry. I don't follow.
Dude, talk to the statue in Oklahoma, bro.
Can we cut to that real quick? Talk to Auntie Jesus.
Jane, I would love
Oh,
a
Jade.
shot and a beer, please.
but it's long story short, the Steven Dorff. And my resolution's always been every year. For
I'll
like
do a
the
circle
past-
actually. Circle. Yeah.
Yeah, the past like 5-6 years,
Yeah.
7 years, my resolution every year has always been to start smoking.
Yes. And you buy a pack.
I buy a pack.
You usually buy a pack.
I usually last about 2 days, and I realize this tastes like shit.
Yeah,
It's
man.
terrible.
Why
It's
would I do
terrible.
this to myself?
You know what you
And
gotta
I
do
stop.
if you have a real resolution? What you do is you start off really fucking slow. Wait till you're depressed first, and then pick up the habit and fucking let it weave its way into your life.
Well, but
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then probably start
Okay.
up a good drug habit with it, and that smoking will fucking catch fire, bro.
Yeah.
Well, apparently my life goal
it's a long
now,
shot, Cotton. but,
Again, my life goal now is to be like Steven Dorff.
It's a
Apparently,
long shot, cut.
let's see how it plays out.
yeah.
But yeah,
But I
no,
actually like.
no.
yeah.
Next week on the show, viewers at home, ditching.
We're gonna have 3 smokers.
No, I'm buying a blue, and we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna go. This tastes like shit.
No, blue's gonna be fine.
Okay.
Dude, start with the Steven Dorff beginner's pack.
What does that entail?
It's really just gonna be like it's a
fake tan,
mediocre
spiky
acting
hair.
career.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, you start with that, and then
Yogurt, 2 granola.
that's right.
Yeah.
And then
2 flakes of granola.
And then a soapbox to stand on.
Sure. With a Wesley Snipes looking at you just despondently.
Just shaking,
yeah.
just shaking his head.
Steve Dorff, come on the show.
Yeah, please. You're welcome.
You can stab me.
I would love to talk to you about Amanda's dad, because apparently you guys were close at one point.
Do you, Matt? Do you have any resolutions? Do you ever make resolutions for New Year's?
I make the really generic one of like stop being so fucking fat.
Okay,
You
okay,
know, like,
okay.
But like it's a serious talk I have.
Sure.
Usually in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm just like, God damn it, dude. Stop being so fucking fat.
Are you talking to yourself? Or are you talking to like the scale? Are you talking to the,
the
mirror?
fat guy in the mirror?
Yeah, yeah.
The fat fucker's always
Hey,
staring
mirror,
right at me.
stop being fat.
Yeah.
That's a pretty
that
good resolution.
Guy, he's so fucking despondent though. You know, he says he speaks strongly, but he's such a despondent.
Yeah.
Does he threaten to kill cops?
Yeah, we'll cut that off.
That's not going to save you.
It's not gonna save you, bro. Stephen Dorff won't save you, bro.
Don't save me, bro.
Don't vape me, bro. Oh, no. Thank you, man.
You guys are abusing me.
Yeah, we are. You're a good dude. I love you.
I like to start over resolutions that make sense. Like, I'm going to wake up tomorrow.
Good luck, buddy.
Baby steps.
One of these days.
You fucked up, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
God damn, I'm taking you home. It's fucked up. You done fucked up, buddy. Make sure that shit ain't gonna happen.
I would like to make a serious one that we take the show maybe on the road
Yeah, I would like to go on the road.
and meet
Sure.
some people who are out there, you know, and just want to hang out with us and talk to us one time and
Yeah, that's a goal for the show for 2015.
to find the dawns
Because
in you.
there was a conversation, the Dons in you.
Yeah.
There was a conversation for May, maybe go to Japan or take another trip to Hawaii. But the thing is, like, I want to have more small trips. I want to have small trips. I want to have
I like
fun
it.
trips. But I want to take this place. I want to take this thing that we have with a very mobile product and go meet some things and find again. It's been our goal to find the Dons in you, the listener, the viewer,
And viewers like you.
and viewers like you. Bring some people if we can, or not. You know, stay in some places and meet some anything. You know, like,
Smoke some blue cigarettes.
yeah, of course. Blue will obviously be there all the way.
They might be our sponsor if we ask nicely.
Is Blue Philip Morris?
Does it matter?
I mean, well,
And more importantly, it's Stephen Dorff
Is
and,
it-
and Jenny McCarthy.
wow.
Travis, you're dying? Dude, that resolution ain't gonna fucking work, is
It's
it?
a worse. Yeah. I will never see you again, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace out. You'll see Dylan next week. That's it.
No, 'cause there's a small secret among the production staff that the viewers at home have not realized yet.
The podcast view.
If Travis isn't here, the show doesn't happen because apparently everyone else hates me.
Fuck, so this is the last week,
That's
everyone.
not true.
Well, Matt will be here.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, that is true. He won't.
I will be at
He will
Don's.
not be here. Yeah,
I'll be at Don's.
Oh, sure, yeah,
I
sure.
may not be on the podcast, but I'll be at Don's.
because you know,
Sure.
everyone loves Travis.
That's not. I
You're-
don't think that's true.
You're the Ray Romano of the podcast.
Hey,
Everyone loves you.
my brother's tall.
Edit this all out.
Yeah, we can't. There's video now. We can't edit stuff out anymore.
Yeah, we can.
No. So,
Heads jostle. Like,
but do you think, Matt? Do you ever think like I want to have this one resolution that actually will happen? Do you ever think about that?
I think I stay a little bit kind of away from making these large
Yeah, promises.
resolutions.
Yeah.
Mostly because I don't want to disappoint the people I tell. And so usually when I make them, they're going to happen.
Yeah.
So
There are two rules in life. If you want to make God laugh, make a plan.
Or statue.
And also,
Take your
or
pants
statue.
off.
And never tell people the things you want to do.
that's probably a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I like the last one.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
actually really true because just fuck, man.
Yeah.
If Matt Lauer is a fat bastard staring himself in the mirror, can't keep that promise to himself in the mirror,
Yeah.
shit, what's he going to do? You know?
I'm hopeful, though.
And now we know.
You're hopeful I won't be so fat? You don't
I
love
just-
me?
It's not about love,
What a
man.
fucking
It's not about
jerk.
love. It's not about love.
Travis doesn't want to sleep with me anymore.
No, I always want to sleep with you. That's silly. Look. God damn it. It's like talking to a woman. I don't want to have this conversation
Travis,
with you
I
right
am
now.
a woman. Don't let this beer fool you, man.
Dustin Diamond will make a sex tape with you. I promise.
Oh, he's a big fan of the show.
Tell him to bring the switchblades.
I can't get off unless someone's stabbing me in a bar. And Don Zebo, ladies and gentlemen.
Callous man I am.
Had a good time here at the show. I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode. We
Yeah.
want to come see you. When it comes to your bar, when it comes to
We
your
really do.
location.
We want to find.
Even if you're in London.
Actually, apparently, since 78% of our traffic comes now from the.
Make it an easy 90.
Let's go with 90.
90%. Yeah.
Apparently, we have some viewers out there who are in England,
Yep.
and I've been there a couple times, and I love England.
Yeah.
And I would love to take the show on the road. I'd love to go to some pubs, get some fish and chips, maybe get some pints, and we want to bring the show to you. Tell us where to go.
Yeah. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you think.
Where can they reach you guys at?
We're going to be. You can say questions at DrunkCast Live. 412-440-7468, which is 746. 412-440-SHOT. Questions
Facebook.
obviously is going to be the toll-free option for you at this point until we get our Patreon on and like actually have a 1-800 number. But if you have an idea of what you want to do with us, like we'll come. Like we have the money set aside specifically so we can do this world tour thing that will make us no money, but we'll have a fun time and maybe we can explore.
It's not about the money. It's about having a good time. It's about meeting people,
meeting people,
and
having a good conversation. Yeah.
It's about having the bar experience with you guys, wherever you are.
Yeah, we got big bars. And
we cannot lie.
Yeah, we cannot lie.
Yeah.
We want to do that. We're going to do that. You can also go to youtube.com/DrunkCastLive if you want to subscribe. You can go to facebook.com/DrunkCastLive if you want to know more about the show, and also at DrunkCastLive on Twitter, iTunes, and Zune. And maybe there's another option. Eventually, if you pay for it, maybe we'll go to SoundCloud because apparently everyone wants SoundCloud for some fucking reason. Matt, we need to do a toast. We haven't done a toast in a long time. What do you want to toast?
Well, honestly, I just want to say something really simple.
Yeah, please.
It's not really a true toast, but I just want to say thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it.
all
It's
the
a great
time.
New Year. I wish you guys all the best luck in the world.
Of course.
Thanks,
Good
guys.
We hope you
Cheers,
can be there
viewers.
as much as often. Which is a turn of phrase.
It's a euphemism.
It's a euphemism. It's a euphemism. Oh, damn. That was the one that's going to make me drunk.
Man, we have called out so many people tonight.
Yeah.
Steven Dorff especially.
Uber, Stephen Dorff, Google.
And Andy Dick.
No, he's still forbidden from the show.
That was before we had video cameras.
I think that's actually even more reason not to have him on the show.
Sure.
Sorry, Andy Dick. No, actually, no, I'm not sorry, Andy Dick.
Matt, if you had one person you'd like to have an interview with on camera or anywhere in general, who would you like to talk to?
Oh, man. Right now, because I'm a fucking cat with immediate response,
Sure.
I just want like the people I've been listening to a lot very recently, and I'm a huge fan of podcasts. I would love to fucking sit down and chit-chat with Joe Rogan.
Oh,
or
sure.
Or Mayor James Keenan.
Sure,
I think
sure.
some guys with some really interesting ideas. I think they're a lot of fun to listen to. And so I think just have a normal conversation, even off air, would be fucking awesome. So.
Sure. Well, what would you ask? I don't know why there was a dubstep there.
I'm not really sure what you're masturbating in the
What would you
microphone
ask
either.
Joe Rogan if you had the
I
opportunity?
think really because I've been listening to a lot of stuff about hunting, and I'm not a hunter, but am
F1.
incredibly interested in a weird way. More about the subtleties about the first hunt, the things like that.
Sure.
It would be probably just a normal bro conversation about how to get started.
Killing things and humanely killing things, which is kind of neat, actually.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
No. I mean, like, legitimately, like,
Truthfully,
sincerely,
yeah.
like, yeah. Neat.
All right.
All right.
What about Maynard's wine, his vineyard?
It's delicious. I've drank it all.
He's out of business now. Oh, damn it.
I didn't drink it all. I would drink it all.
No, have you actually
like
had his
you,
wine?
dirty fucker.
No, have you really had his wine?
Yeah, man. I went down and got a couple bottles of Caduceus a couple years ago, and a couple
Bless you.
from Merkin Vineyards, and got they were actually signed by Maynard. I got a box
neat.
of wine. It was good.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
delicious.
Yeah,
good stuff.
he's been serious about his vineyard. He's been like,
No, it's actually no fucking joke. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
it's not like I have tons of money. Let's just throw some stuff.
What?
no.
First off,
He actually
It's like
wants
I was
to
in Ghostbusters and like vodka or
Yeah,
whatever.
no. It's a serious
Yeah.
endeavor and something that people are passionate about. I can appreciate anyone who has a passion for pretty much fucking anything because I will watch the fuck out of it. A documentary.
Sure,
I will
sure.
drink the wine. I will buy a sword. Whatever you have. You know what I'm saying? Like I like people who are passionate about the stuff they do. And so someone who has a deep passion for something, I think it's always really cool to sit down, have a conversation with them.
We definitely
Yeah.
need to have some Maynard wine on one of the episodes sometime.
Yeah. We were going to have
Yeah.
pieces of these things, video specifically, because
Sure.
I would like to try. So I want to get the Malort thing
Oh
back
yeah.
on. Because,
Well, of course, the Ed Hardy vodka challenge.
oh, yeah.
Oh god, that sounds fucking rapey.
Yeah, it does.
Nothing says fucking date rape like a fucking
Like a miasma of Axe body
and a
spray
fucking
and
tap
some
out
ass.
shirt.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I call it the tap out.
Yeah.
It's 2 roofies and a shot of vodka.
Yeah.
Man, so sleepy.
And a story about ecstasy.
So sleepy.
And some dubstep.
And
yeah.
this is the womp womp womps. Yeah.
That's the Skrillex.
That's it's a Skrillex in all of
You
it.
guys are doing
the
your
Apple
stuff new
Skrillex
agey.
teeny.
Yeah. The Skrillex
Hold the
Apple
teeny. Yeah.
No, they're all teeny they're ordering at Hardy. I mean, come on.
My favorite porn search.
Teenies, go
Teeny?
for teenies.
Apple teeny.
Apple teeny milfs.
POV.
Matt, thank you so much for hanging out with us
Oh,
and
man,
doing the
good
show.
show,
everybody.
guys. I
Good
appreciate
show.
it.
Super great. Matt,
Yay.
great. Dylan, thank you so much for helping me run this show. We are going to be great. I love you so much. I'm Travis, and I'm doing things backwards from here on out. We'll see you next week.
Smooches.
DrunkCast Live is a podcast that's recorded live around bars and drinks, but we do drink and podcast responsibly, and we hope you do too. Please come check out more about the show at DrunkCastLive.com, and go to Facebook.com/DrunkCastLive or Twitter.com/DrunkCastLive.
Are we recording this? Is this part of the podcast?
This is like
It is recording, but we're not
Side
doing
it's
it.
unofficial. I mean, this could be sidebar stuff.